Simon. On the 9-lit primer, first of all, your first and second rep, there was like such a difference between them. Your first rep had a lot of like tight interpretations, especially with like the right hand and the left hand too. I even wrote down left hand issue on the mixed part. So whenever it has both variations, your left hand was generally like too tight, and I think it was an attack thing too. I think it was a little bit attacking a little bit too late, kind of like roughing it a little bit. But your second rep was so much closer on the 9-lit inter, and I'd love for you to just like watch it and just listen to the difference. Like listen how much more open your second rep sounds compared to your first rep. I was like writing down a bunch of stuff, and then I heard the second rep, and I was like, oh, cool. Um, second. Yeah. I think in general your happy MF interp that I specified is too high, and it's like coming out whenever you try to like play this guy. Whenever it's like all at one height, I still see like the accents in there and stuff. So I think a challenge on this one is like kind of the comment that I gave you last time. And I think you're applying it. Is just like how consistent can you get those two diddles, like in terms of like the same height. Because I think a lot of your issues are still kind of stemming from that like too height diddle interp. And remember we talked about like kind of opening the fingers and having the wrist work with the fingers to like achieve that. And then especially that MF comment where I said your interp was too high, that especially came out at the end when like you were trying to crescendo. You got to the one in the middle and you were already like up here, and there wasn't like much else to go from there. So you went from like here to here. It's just like bring all interps back down just a little bit so that you give yourself a chance. And then for the book primer, I think you're this guy. I think your 9-lit interp wasn't open enough. It was too tight. It was like too closed in. Instead of the arm is still driving the same way. It's just the interp is too tight. So keep that arm driving in the triple chord note, but keep those notes open. That's the riddle right there. How do you keep the notes open while driving the arm right there? And then the last comment that I have for you is the left hand that comes after that. Right there. As you play the roll, that space gets lost and it starts, it gets closed and it kind of like blends in with the roll. So instead of this, it's like kind of like that. And then as you go into the 9-lit, that probably doesn't help like how open the 9-lit sounds because you're already going into it early because that space is closed already. So that one's tough. You just gotta check yourself. How's that guy? How open can you get that? But keep it up, man. You're improving.